Hello Year 2, it's Thursday everyone and it's nearly half term and we're coming to the end of our independent writing. So how are your stories coming along? Are you following along with my suggestion of the plot points, or have you written your own plot points? Are you using the writing rainbow? Are you thinking of the best adjectives and verbs and adverbs to use in your writing? Let's see. Remember, you can use whichever of these writing sheets you like to write your story. Let's find out what's going to happen today. So, today, wow, we've got there everyone. We are on our last two plot points. And here we are. We have got +8 and +10 because this is the positive part of our story. So we're looking for adjectives and verbs which really show the reader that we are very happy. Erin is very happy. So what's going to happen today? The animals and the creatures are all free and Erin has new friends. Here are my suggestions for today's chunks of writing. Well, for the first one, I've gone right in with some noticing sentences because all of a sudden we can use some of those positive adjectives. Let's remember some of those ways that we can describe those undersea scenes. So could you have the beautiful, colourful angelfish, the elegant, flamboyant dolphins swimming and turning? They're suddenly free. Are they swiftly swimming in a flock around? Maybe you could describe, if we look at the picture, the sunlight beaming down through the sea on all the wonderful creatures, letting those vibrant colours shine through. I'm waffling on with all sorts of ideas. I'm sure you've got some better ones and some better ways to describe the sea life and their sudden freedom. The second chunk of writing, why not have a go at writing a simile? Can be quite tricky, but maybe the dolphins danced like ballerinas, or maybe the angelfish flew by like a flock of birds. I don't know. You think. Pause the video and have a brainstorm and collect as many different similes as you can think of to describe this happy scene. Maybe they partied like a palace ball. And in our last chunk of writing for plot point 5, the freedom, I've decided that maybe it's a good idea to have an adverb and a verb. So let's think of which adverbs you could collect. We could have quickly, elegantly, fantastically, and then the verbs swooping, swimming, dashing, prancing, dancing, and then you could put them together. So quickly swooping through the sea, beautifully dancing. Have I used dancing? I can't remember. Beautifully swooping through the sea, gracefully dancing in the sunbeams. It's just another thought of a way you can describe the positive, wonderful celebration of the animals' freedom. So once you've written plot point 5, let's move on to plot point 6. Move the story on. You could say, as days passed, much later, next week, Erin regularly visited Black Rock. What sounds is she going to hear this time? Well, before it was crying and it was cries for help, whereas this time she's going to hear dolphins laughing. She's going to hear gentle waves lapping. She might hear the seabirds singing as they swoop around Black Rock's head. It's going to be positive, lovely sounds to show the happy scene that's now relaxed and calm. Plot point in chunk 2, I thought you could have a go at personification because you're very good at it. So what could we have for plot point 2? Well, let's make Black Rock into a person again. Practically is, he's got a gorgeous face. So plot point, chunk 2, personification. Black Rock sat back and smiled. Black Rock laughed with joy. Black Rock's eyes shone and twinkled as he watched Erin sitting on his nose. Make Black Rock a person and tell the reader how he is so happy now that he knows that all his creatures that live on him are safe. And in the very last chunk of writing, you could write end with a feeling. You could end with all the feelings that everyone lived happily ever after. Everyone looked after each other, and from then on, Erin felt warm and happy, so that she was able to go because she was able to visit Black Rock and make sure that he and the creatures were safe and they looked after each other. Think about the two stories. In the first story, Black Rock helped Erin get back to shore, and in your story, this one, Erin helped Black Rock and all the creatures. It's a kind of collaboration, it's teamwork. It's up to you how you write your story. You may have written a completely different story, but as long as you've been using the techniques that we've talked about, creating noun phrases, expanded noun phrases with the adjectives, using ambitious verbs and adverbs, trying similes and personification, looking at writing sound sentences and noticing sentences. Those are the techniques that we are trying to teach you so that you can write effective sentences. So in your independent writing, have a read back, check that you are using those techniques of a writer. Thank you everyone for writing such wonderful stories. Myself and Miss Golding have really enjoyed reading them. I hope you're going to have a wonderful half term. We've still got our Friday spag lesson to go, but until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.